What's going on, everybody? Appreciate checking in. All right, let's break down Gardner Minshew's game week 2 against the Ravens. It was a tale of two halves. We came out real flat in the first half, a lot of question marks on just how this offense was going. We really had no identity except the fact that we're trying to pass the ball constantly. But in the second half, everything kind of opened up. And so I kind of want to break it down. There was definitely some good things to take from that week 2 matchup, but then there was also some things that we definitely struggled with. Is Gardner Minshew really understanding the offense? There was some missed opportunities, but I also think there was a lot of good things we saw out of Luke Getsy's offense. And once Gardner Minshew kind of pulls this thing all together, again, it's only week 2. Now I'm going to give him 4 or 5 weeks to really get the gist of this offense, a full understanding of what this offense wants to do, what Luke Getsy wants to do. It's going to take 4 or 5 weeks for Gardner Minshew, Luke Getsy to get on the same page and let this offense see its kind of full potential. And so I want to break down some plays that really stood out to me. We did a full breakdown of some plays with my guy Chris of the Protect Show podcast, as well as the Severe Raider. We went over some plays, but there's some additional plays that I kind of want to break down and show to you guys. And so without further ado, let's kind of get into the video. All right, so let's get into this first play. So I'm going to play the clip all the way through just so you kind of see how the play develops and what the play is. But basically, on this play, Gardner Minshew is going to have great anticipation. He's going to hit Devontae Adams kind of in a very small pocket, a very small window. But there's so many routes that are influencing this play, pulling the defenders where we want them to go. And Gardner Minshew just knew, based on what this defense was looking like, he knew exactly where he was going to go. Great anticipation throw. So let's kind of head and take a look at the play. Great play design by Luke Getsy. And so great throw downfield. I mean, that's basically about a 25, almost 30-yard pickup. And so this is what kind of happens, right? DJ Turner, we got a 3-by-1 concept. You got a bunch set on the top of the screen. You got Brock Bowers by himself down below. And so DJ Turner, he's basically going to pull this safety, and he does a great job. Great job using his speed, pulls this safety. Then you got Jacoby Myers, which is the number 3 receiver down below. He's going to do a deep dig route, deep crossing route, which is going to hold the linebacker, which is key in the development of this play and allowing this play to work. Is he holds this linebacker with his route. And then you got Brock Bowers that kind of goes on a shallow cross going underneath, which again holds a defender. And we'll kind of go through that as we go. But it's a great anticipation throw by Gardner Minshew. I'll pause it, hopefully in the right spot. So this is a great look as how this play develops, right? And so you have basically DJ Turner that's taken this safety deep, and this safety's already turned around. He's already turned around. He already knows DJ Turner's going deep, so it pulls him out of the play. And by running this deep dig with Jacoby Myers, that's going to hold this safety, which is going to allow it's a small opening to kind of develop. And that also, now Gardner Minshew knows Devontae Adams is one-on-one with this corner. It's up to Devontae Adams to kind of press him deep, press this corner deep, make this corner think he's going deep, and then come down. And Gardner Minshew is going to hit Devontae Adams right in this tight window. Look at this opening. It's not a very big opening, but he's going to hit him right in this window. But also, what also is key is you got Brock Bowers, better tight ends now developing in this league. What's happening is he's doing a shallow crosser, and look at the body of Kyle Hamilton. It's leaning forward, which means he's making sure that if this ball does go shallow to Brock Bowers, that he's ready in position to kind of to close quick and make a tackle. And so this short crosser also holds the safety. And what does that do? That opens up this tight little window right here. And it's great anticipation, great play design by Luke Getsy. And Gardner Minshew throws a strike, a perfect ball, which basically turns into almost a 30-yard gain on this play. And so we'll let this continue to play. Great ball, great catch, gets up the field. And now we're in Ravens territory, which is just a great way to move the ball. I mean, we're on our own 35-yard line, right? And a deep dig gets downfield, and now we're on the Ravens 38-yard line. It's just a great play, great throw and catch, great play design, great anticipation by Gardner Minshew. And so great play. Let's get on to the next one. I'm going to let this play run. This is where Brock Bowers lined up in the slot down below. Gardner Minshew buys time. The pocket collapses a little bit. Brock Bowers comes back to the ball, and he's able to rumble his way down to the 1 yard line, which ends up leading to a score. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this one. You got Brock Bowers in the slot down below. Gardner Minshew does a great job. Again, the pocket collapses. Theron Mumford, our right tackle, doesn't really sustain his block, allows this edge rusher to kind of put some pressure. But this is what Gardner Minshew needs to do. He needs to use his legs. All right, this is why I think one of the reasons why he won this job is because he's more mobile and he can move around the pocket just a little bit better than what Aiden O'Connell can do. But this right here just goes to show Brock Bowers is understanding it. He's understanding it at an elite level. He sees that Gardner Minshew is rolling out to his right. So what does Brock Bowers do? He comes back to the ball. Gardner Minshew is able to find him, puts a strike right in his chest, and puts us down to the 1 yard line. And so again, just a great play by Gardner Minshew, buying time, rolling out, and just hitting Brock Bowers right in his chest. Great ball. Gets down to the 1. This next view is going to be the end zone view. We get to see it again. This is just going to show Gardner Minshew being able to use his feet, which is great. So I'm going to let this play out. Again, Theron Mumford's got to do a better job getting to his block, get his hands on that edge rusher. But Gardner Minshew being a little mobile, staying in the pocket, taking a little bit of a hit. And Brock Bowers just rumbling down. Great job by Brock Bowers being able to get down, noticing that Gardner Minshew rolls out to his right, comes back to the ball, and is able to make that catch and get us down to the 1. Again, which led to a score. Great job. So let's jump into the next play. And this right here, I mean, it's a great play design as a whole for Luke Getsy. And we ran this against the Chargers last week. And again, I'm going to let this play out. Here's Brock Bowers, wide open, towards the sideline, basically an over 20-yard gain. And so the reason why I love this play design is it all starts with the play action. It all starts with the play action because the only way that this play works is, one, if Brock Bowers runs a great route. He's got to influence the linebacker, and you'll show it to you in a second. You got to freeze that linebacker. You got to force that linebacker to think he's going across the field. But then you got a clear out route by Davante Adams. And this play action that comes downfield towards the sideline to the play side, and then the boot coming back, that makes it think. That makes the defense think. This boot coming back, and we'll play it, and I'll go ahead and I'll pause it as the play develops. You got motion coming down. Great job. I love the way that Luke Getsy is using motion. But there it is, right? You got play action coming down. Look at the D line. The entire D line is coming towards Zamir White. And then you got this linebacker. So this is the flat defender. This linebacker has now sucked up to Zamir White, right? He fell for the run. And that's what helps develop this play. That's what helps makes this play get open. You got Davante Adams, which is running off the corner, running off the safety. And this is what Davante Adams brings the offense. He may not catch the ball. The ball may not be thrown to him. But Davante Adams is going to pull 2-3 defenders with him. And then now you got, look, Brock Bowers does a great job, right? He gets behind, he runs the route behind this linebacker. And why do you do that? You do that because now this defender loses sight of where Brock Bowers wants to go. And as soon as Brock Bowers sits behind this linebacker, and this linebacker's eyes are now on Gardner Minshew, now Brock Bowers bends this back outside, and this linebacker loses him. So the combination of this entire play is a great setup. Gardner Minshew sees it develop. It's a strike to Brock Bowers, and now that's over a 20-yard gain. Let's play it one more time just so we see it develop. Great motion. Just in seeing what one thing I'll add is that motion. That motion tells Gardner Minshew it's zone. And that's why that motion is so important, is because it tells Gardner Minshew it's zone. So now he knows this linebacker that's going to suck down onto the run, this linebacker, he knows that's my flat defender. That's my flat defender that just sucked up to the run. And now if all my other guys, if Brock Bowers runs it right, Davante Adams pulls 2 guys, he now knows this flat's going to be completely vacant, which it is, and he hits him for a strike and for a 20-yard gain. So great play design. Love it. Let's go on to the next play. Now, this play really shows just how Gardner Minshew is learning how to throw into tight windows, and I love it. I love just the smallest movement of linebackers really can tell you whether the window is going to be open or not. And again, it's Getsy using motion again. All right, and so this is what I want. This is kind of what I want to explain with this play is you got Brock Bowers at the top, and he's going to run just a simple kind of dig curl route. It's very simple, but the thing is, the motion with Zamir White is really going to tell Gardner Minshew, is this play going to be open? Is the window going to be open? And I'll show you just how tight this window is. And this is just telling me that Gardner Minshew, he's understanding. He's understanding the offense. He's understanding the motion of this defense. And by this motion, and again, you'll see Zamir White, he's going to shift down. There's that motion with the linebackers. You see the motion. Okay, I'm going to go back real quick. Watch the motion with the linebackers. Okay, linebackers are here. It's the slightest motion, and I'm going to go to the end zone view as well. There's that motion. That's all Gardner Minshew needed to know that there's a good chance that this ball is going to be right and that window is going to be open. And he hits them right into this window. Okay, now we're going to go to the end zone view, and you're going to see how small that window is once again. So here's your linebackers. Okay, you got your linebackers sitting here. You're going to have Zamir White go in motion. Watch the distance that this linebacker moves. He's on the right side of this hash. Okay, and now we're going to see the motion. Bang, ball snapped. Now he's on this side of the hash. That's just about a 1 yard motion, but watch how quickly that window closes. Gardner Minshew throws it. Look how close that linebacker is to that ball. All Gardner Minshew needed was that 1 yard. He just needed that linebacker to move 1 yard over to understand that window is going to be open. And that's what we accomplished on this play. And so great job by Gardner Minshew seeing it. We're going to play this thing one more time just so you guys see it. Watch Zamir White with the motion. Watch the linebackers move. It's a good timing route. Gardner Minshew throws it on time. Just a strike right down the middle. Love it. We're going to see that end zone view one more time. Watch the motion. Linebackers move. Great timing route. Puts around the numbers. Great catch by Brock Bowers as well. And so, again, great timing route. Great execution. Great motion. Again, Luke gets to use in motion. I love it. So let's go ahead and let's get into the next play. Now, this next play, I love the fact that we're running some RPOs, but now we're going to get into, I want Gardner Minshew to kind of start to understand the offense a little bit better, okay, and just see just where we can find ourselves with the best chance at success when it comes to the offense. So this is an RPO. Again, you got start out with a bunch trips on the top 3x1. You got Devontae Adams by himself. You got motion coming down. I'm going to let this play run out. It's a quick screen to Trey Tucker. Again, hopefully would have caught that edge, break that tackle, and now he's off to the races. But again, we're going to go back. You got motion coming down. This is what I want Gardner Minshew to see. And so I'm going to pause it right here. Now, in this play, he's got that option. He can hand this ball off to Zamir White. You got Andres Pete that's going to pull to possibly kick out this defensive end. In my opinion, Gardner Minshew should have, because I'll go back real quick. This motion didn't influence much. Watch the linebackers. That's what Gardner Minshew's looking for. These linebackers motion down, then he knows it's a quick screen to Trey Tucker, because now these linebackers, the leverage has shifted. But what happens is with this motion, the linebackers really don't shift too much. It's just a small step. That's not enough to influence Minshew to kind of get off of this quick screen. So with Andres Pete pulling, I want you to see how this develops. The play runs, Andres Pete comes. Now you got kick out here. I understand the ball's out, so this freezes the linebackers. But you got a double here, which means Thayer Mumford's going to get to the linebacker. Zamir White should have gotten the ball in this play, in my opinion. All right, you got kick out block here. You got tight end going to linebacker. You got a double team to a linebacker. We have everybody blocked. And the linebacker is still 5 yards off the ball. All right, it's up to Zamir White to get through this line quick, and then you potentially have a one-on-one situation with the safety that's 12 yards off the ball. All right, I'll go back once again. We'll see it develop. I understand the ball's out at that time, so that does freeze the linebacker. But again, in my opinion, I think this ball should have been handed off and let Zeus take off because with this motion, right, and the linebackers really don't move at all. Now you have it all outnumbered. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The numbers are in your favor. So, in my opinion, I think we should have handed this ball off to get Zeus the ball and get upfield quickly. And so, again, this is just me to where I want Gardner Minshew to kind of understand the offense a little bit more, see where that defense's leverage is, because at that in that play right now, I don't think the defense's leverage was necessarily on the run side. And I think we should have handed off that ball. And so let's kind of get into the next play. And now this next play is Gardner Minshew's interception. And this is where I think Gardner Minshew needs to be able to feel comfortable with taking shots downfield, see the defense, trust some of his players. All right. So this is where Gardner Minshew is going to try to hit, I believe it's Harrison Bryant, kind of on a deep route, underthrows this ball horribly. Okay. But I want you to see kind of where I believe he should have went to the ball and where he kind of had two options. He had two options to possibly go to. Really underthrown ball. I mean, if he were to try to throw that ball, you gotta place this ball deeper on the sideline. Just really underthrown ball by Gardner Minshew. But you got to throw this thing up to the sideline, up and away, get it away from this defender. Now, again, Gardner Minshew, he's only 6'1", so he may not have seen a defender, that corner dropping. I don't know what it was. But again, just a poorly thrown ball. But here's where I think he should have gone, in my opinion. And he really had two separate routes to go to. I think he should. You got Jakobi Meyers sitting in the slot. Jakobi Meyers, all right, it's really a hot route. Because what's going to happen is this linebacker is going to come up and blitz off the edge. Gardner Minshew needs to see that. He's got to see this blitz coming off the edge, and that means this linebacker is going to sit into this area. The tight end goes in motion, so he now knows the tight end Harrison Bryant goes in motion. Guess what? Now you know it's zone. All right. It's zone. They're not manned up. So we know that we're sitting in a zone. This guy comes hard, which means now this linebacker is going to have that flat to curl route. All right. And so where I wanted him to go with this ball is right in this area to Jakobi Meyers. He's looking. It looks like his eyes are right there, Jakobi Meyers. You have this opening. You have this window. You zip this ball into this window. You got the safety. His shoulders are flat. Jakobi Meyers, you sit him right in this window. You don't lead him into the safety, all right? But you sit him in this window. It's a strike. Jakobi Meyers gets down, and now you just got yourself basically a 12 to 13-yard gain. So, and it's weird because Gardner Minshew's looking there. He's looking there. So I don't know why he didn't just take that shot, but he forced it and went back to his front side. But also, you got Trey Tucker. That's basically the safety shielding to the far side of the field. You got Trey Tucker. Throw Trey Tucker open to the middle of the field. You know, that's one of the things with quarterbacks is you got to throw receivers open. You don't just throw them wherever they want to run their route. You throw them to open space. And Trey Tucker, when he opens up in this route, he does seem like he wants to go flat a little bit. But this is also a play I wanted to see us possibly go back to. You got the safety shading. He's looking to basically have the deep threat on this side of the field. Trey Tucker, that's a shot you could have taken. So we'll go ahead and run it. And then we'll go to the end zone view, and I want you to see the opening. I want you to see the opening that Gardner Minshew possibly had to get Jakobi Meyers, right? So Jakobi Meyers, he's off the screen right now in the slot. I want you to see the linebacker drops. We're going to see an opening develop right in the middle of the field for Jakobi Meyers, all right? Look at linebacker moved. Linebacker moved with Harrison Bryant. Now this opening is even bigger. And this is something that Gardner Minshew should have seen. And watch his eyes. He goes back to it. Gardner Minshew actually goes back to Jakobi Meyers, and it's there. That opening right here is there. Sit Jakobi Meyers right into this area right here, and you got yourself a 12, 13-yard gain. And so I don't know why. And if you look at Gardner Minshew's head, he's looking there. I don't know why he didn't go there. Again, maybe he didn't see it. You got a lot of busy work going on in the middle of the field. Maybe he didn't even see Jakobi Meyers. I'm not exactly sure, but that's the shot you need to take. And so, but he went back and unfortunately just underthrew that ball. And so we'll go back one more time and we'll let the play develop, but I'll pause it just kind of where I think he should have released the ball real quick. Linebacker comes. There it is. Sit him in this window right here. He's looking at it, maybe even hit Trey Tucker in an even bigger window right here. But those are the shots we need to take. We'll let the play go out, but instead he tries to go deep, got to get that ball to the sideline, but he throws it short, and unfortunately, it's picked. Bad ball by Gardner Minshew. Definitely something he needs to improve on as weeks go on. So here's another play. All right. This is another play. I'll run it all the way through, but I don't know if this is Gardner Minshew not trusting some of our receivers, or if it's him not trusting our offensive line, because he's taking the open routes very quickly. If he sees a guy open underneath, he's taking it very quickly. But I'm going to let this play out. But also, these are shots that we need to take advantage of. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to play it back. I want you to focus on Trey Tucker down below. Trey Tucker, you got Humphreys, which is one of it's he is not a good corner. It's a guy that we ended up picking on in the second half of this football game. And this is where, again, Gardner Minshew, I don't know why. It was really good blocking. You could look at the protection. The protection was really good. You got to take this shot. I'm going to pause it right now. Gardner Minshew, I understand he's got Brock Bowers kind of wide open underneath. But if you want to continue to get those underneath routes open, if you want to see these underneath routes develop, you need to have a reason for these corners, maybe even these safeties, to press deep. You got to take deep shots when they develop. And this is well, look at Trey Tucker down below. Sorry, I'm kind of in the way. Yeah, my face is kind of in the way, but I'll pause it as it develops. But Trey Tucker is by himself down below. Now I understand the corner comes off of him, but this is a play that you got to trust Trey Tucker's speed. Take that deep shot. Yes, I understand Brock Bowers is open underneath, but these are the shots that you have to take. You got to take them deep. Trey Tucker trusts his speed. Let that ball loose. Take those deep shots. Those are those calculated risks that you need to take. Your one-on-one, throw it to where only the receiver can get it, right? You got the sideline as help. Throw it only where the receiver can get it. Take that deep shot, man. Those are game changers. Those are momentum changers in a game. And so that's definitely a shot I want to see Minshew take later in the game. And so we're going to end it with the end zone touchdown to Davante Adams. Just a great play action. Great play action here. You know, Gardner Minshew feeds it right to Davante Adams. Now, great job by Davante Adams reaching back, fighting for that football. It was not a great ball by Gardner Minshew, but it was a great play action. All right. Again, great motion coming in. Great motion coming in. What you did was this defender right here. What you did was you sucked that defender in. This defender now has to move inside, which opens up that seam. All right. It opens up that seam. This play action influences the linebackers. It freezes them, which is what you want. All right. Great ride. Gardner Minshew does a great job of riding the hips of Zamir White. Davante Adams sells the run, and then just good release, gets open, and Gardner Minshew puts it on him. Now, again, Gardner Minshew got to throw a better ball. You want that ball more towards the back sideline. So you take that corner's influence out of it. But Davante Adams, great job. Coming back, fighting for the football, and we get that touchdown. And so that's kind of my breakdown of week 2 of Gardner Minshew against the Ravens. Again, I think Luke Getsy did a really good job. He did a good job of developing some plays, scheming some plays to get receivers open. Gardner Minshew showed he can throw with anticipation. He can work his legs a little bit, get open. But at the end of the day, again, I'm going to take 4 to 5 weeks. It's some growing pains. I want to see Gardner Minshew be able to see when players can get open, right? I want to see Gardner Minshew take shots downfield, see the play develop. And again, it's hard to know. Is it Gardner Minshew not fully understanding the offense, which is fine right now? These are the growing pains with a brand new offensive coordinator, brand new quarterback. But at the same time, is it Gardner Minshew just not trusting our offense? The play that I showed where he hit Brock Bowers very quickly, even though there was really good coverage, I want to see him take a deep shot with Trey Tucker. Take that deep shot. Trey Tucker is our fastest guy on the offense. he can beat Humphreys deep. Take that shot, especially when it's on the sideline and you can put it only where that receiver can get it. And so I still want Gardner Minshew to take those shots. I want him to build off of some of these better plays that we're seeing, against the Ravens, especially in the second half, and take that into week 3 when we face the Carolina Panthers. And so, but I also want to see our offensive line improve. I understand, quarterbacks, you got to sit in there. Sometimes you got to take a hit, but at the same time, man, if you're just taking nonstop hits and it's just that offensive line that cannot sustain that defensive line for that 2.5, possibly 3 seconds that we need or want in order to get guys downfield. I understand that. And so this offensive line, without question, needs to improve and give Gardner Minshew some time because the plays are there. The plays are there. The windows are there. We just need to execute it and find it on all phases, offensive line, receivers, and quarterback. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Again, just a quick breakdown of Gardner Minshew against our week 2 matchup against the Ravens. I'll do it next week when we face the Carolina Panthers. So stay tuned with that. So appreciate you sticking with me. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out.